Yo, what's up, peeps, man? It's your boy King, NBA 2K19, and I got something on my mind about this series and the direction of NBA 2K. And it's probably one of the most important videos that I'll probably make on this channel because, as gamers who are advocates for simulation basketball, I really think we are in trouble here because this game is going in an entirely different direction. Before our very eyes, honestly, it's going in an entirely different direction. This game is going away from simulation basketball, and it makes perfect sense why they're not advocating for that anymore. Because over the years, the fan base that they've gathered has been primarily casual gamers who really may not pay a lot of attention to the NBA, may not have played the game of basketball, and that's going to be most people. But previous years, you know, and I'm talking about previous years for real, like we're talking about before these games even hit next gen consoles, the game just seemed like every year it was looking to progress more on kind of nailing down staples of and in the fundamentals of what basketball is, and it felt like those games were getting closer to being a realistic experience. Now, of course, this is not like a first person shooter or any other game. Like the sports, basketball is a game already. Okay, so there's no need to spruce up basketball and make it funner, but this is what they're doing because they've garnered a lot of casuals over the years, and this is the reason why they're in the position that they're in. And all they really did is adapt accordingly. My team, two of the most popular modes in the game, really the farthest from simulation you gonna get in those basketball games. Park is basically a more grounded in reality NBA Street, but it's still fairly unrealistic compared to what you would get on an actual basketball court. So basketball as a game doesn't need any of that stuff, and it's still a market for people who want to play a game that's grounded in reality, and you can at least give us options to play the game as we want. But now the problem comes in when it comes to developing these games. The same effort isn't here when it comes to developing these games now. We do have some developers that's good. We should probably thank God that we have Scott OG, Mike Wang, Nazar, those guys that's all working at 2K, man. These guys actually give a damn about basketball, but a lot of the decisions are made are over their head. This is going to be primarily investors who's going to have. There's some rules that they have to abide by before they even have any say in making this game. And this mostly comes from a company being public like that. Can't really take any risk when you have investors to please. So now it's less about fixing legacy issues and making the game that you actually want to make, and it becomes more about what's the next gimmick that we can get people to buy this game. And this is the reason why every year there's just like these features that are just like the neighborhood and just like that. These are just big features and gimmicky features that that's only there to guarantee buys, to please investors. So this is the reason why this stuff is happening, and this is the reason why this game is going away from simulation. So I'm probably one of the few. Me and Gideon, probably, and Smitty and those guys are probably one of the few who's still making videos trying to advocate simulation basketball. But I really do think we're wasting our breath here because this market, we're in the minority. We're not the casuals, honestly. Like people who want this style of game and are advocating for simulation basketball in these video games, we are the minority. The least they could do is give us an option. But no matter what you do with the sliders, no matter what you do with the roster editing, there's very problematic things in this game, like AI competence. AI competence in this game is this particular game, NBA 2K19. It was same in NBA 2K18. It was really bad in NBA 2K17. That is what this entire game is based around. This entire game is basically based around band-aid fixes to make the AI appear like it knows what it's doing, or it's programmed to know what it's doing, because mind you, it's a series of ones and zeros. It can't actually think. But my thing was, in previous iterations on, it was games on the last generation of consoles that handled the AI's intelligence a lot, artificial intelligence a lot better than this. You know what I mean? Now, you look at a play like this, this is, I don't know what the hell this is. Like, I go for a move and I just end up doing a crossover. Maybe this is my fault, whatever. I really just went to dunk the ball, whatever. But then we come down the court. And I'm going up, and I'm gonna go into. Let me plug this headset up, man, because this thing's about to die. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so basically what I was saying is Marvin Bagley's coming down this court. It completely ignores the defender like Chris Paul. Should have picked the ball up a long time ago. If we're on a real basketball court, Marvin Bagley's gonna pick this ball up and keep it high, right? So he goes into the paint on James Ennis, the mismatched shorter man. Completely terrible layup, which was able to be blocked. Just further proving my point of the AI just not being competent at all to make quality decisions on the court. Ball's not high, couldn't keep the ball high, just put the ball down to a level to where it could easily be blocked. Then a slap in the face, with the loose balls, because like I said, this game is primarily about band-aid fixes to cover up the AI's shortcomings. And this is the reason why the loose balls are the way they are. And this is the reason why this kind of stuff is happening, because the AI is just simply not programmed well enough. It's just simply incompetent, and this is the reason why this stuff is happening. So it doesn't matter if you're playing on Pro, doesn't matter if you're playing on Hall of Fame, doesn't matter if only difference is the AI is there's going to be less measures in place to cover up the AI shortcoming, and this is why you play on Pro. And even if you put even the sliders out to something like 50 or something, it's still going to be easy on Rookie, Pro, All Stars, where it starts to pick up then Super, and you all know the levels. But like I'm saying, all of this stuff is just, this game is basically based around, the difficulty of this game is basically based around band-aid fixes to cover up the AI shortcomings, and this is the reason why I just believe this game is going in a different direction, because this kind of stuff is just unacceptable. This is unacceptable for a game that is supposed to be, at least this game hardly plays this game isn't anywhere near close to a simulation basketball game. In the previous years, you had a game like NBA 2K11 had its problems, but at least it was somewhere in the ballpark of a realistic basketball game. This is the product of part. This is the product of even the movement system in this game. Like, you look at the movement system in this game that they brought in NBA 2K18. This movement system is not based on foot planting, anything like that. This foot planting system is basically non-existent, and this was put in here to please the casuals, because again, in another Sim Hangout podcast, Azar himself said, the word straight from Nazar is, people don't care how, what momentum is in foot planting. They don't care as long as it's smooth. They're going with it. And this is a byproduct of having garnered so many casual fans over the course of the years, and then they start to speak for the game, and then you get on Twitter, and then it's like, oh, well, how should shooting be, and this is the reason why you have a shot meter in the game, a shot meter that if you get a green, it's 100% guaranteed to go in. You all know that shouldn't be anywhere near a basketball game. What does that speak to you? Arcade. That speaks just art. That is something that you would 100% find in an arcade basketball game. You know what I mean? Like, that is a gimmicky feature, and now it's stuck around, and now Mike Wang shot himself in the foot, and now he's constantly trying to correct this issue, which is the only way you can correct this is you take it out, and now you can't take it out, because now, like I said, us who are advocating for simulation basketball, we are in a minority, So this game is just going in the direction, this series is just going in the direction that I don't even believe they would even need the NBA license anymore. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just don't renew it and they start making games, based on just park and street and stuff like that. Like, they don't need this license, because they're not going to do the NBA portion of the game right. And you look over at NBA Live hasn't given a damn about the NBA portion of the game for a while. NBA Live 19 is the 5v5 portion of the game is completely abandoned. You know, it's all about the streets and the parks. So this is the direction that these games are going in now. You know, so this is look, I'm gonna keep making videos, man, but I'd be hard pressed to, to sit up here and tell you that, it kind of feels pointless. It's just it's a different time, and these type of games aren't. This is just ain't the bee's knees no more. But anyway, peace out, peeps, man. It's me, boy King. Later.